Hey everybody, it's another rainy day in January and we're stuck inside, but I'm not complaining because it's still in the 50s in January in Ohio and it's great. I'm catching up on all kinds of things, and today, since I'm stuck in here, I'm going to be doing some of the 5-gallon bucket chicken waters. It costs you a couple dollars and about 10 minutes time, and I'm going to bring you guys along and show you how to do it. Hey everybody, today I'm going to make a quick and easy and very inexpensive chicken water. You guys have probably seen the 5-gallon bucket water before. I'm going to show you how I do them. They're not the most efficient thing to use if you have several chickens. If you've got, maybe 10 or so, these work great. I use, same with the compost bucket I showed you in the last video, food grade, BPA-free buckets. I mean, this is water the chickens are going to drink. So it just makes sense to me to use these. They're a little less than $1 more than the regular plastic buckets. I mean, it's a plastic bucket, but the regular Lowe's or the Home Depot buckets. So it's $1 more basically, and I don't know, it's $1 I'm willing to spend. So 5-gallon bucket. Some of these guys, chicken nipples is what they're commonly referred to as. So we need a bucket, these, a lid, and another thing that I'll show you here in a little bit when we get to the lid. But basically you just need a 11/32 drill bit, and for the top I used a hole saw. You could use other things, but we'll get to that later. First, basically let me show you how these work if you're not familiar with them. They're kind of like a rabbit water or a guinea pig or something like that. This top is threaded. Let's see if we can get the old camera to focus on this. Maybe? There we go. So that top is threaded, and this rises up and down. Now inside there, let's see if I can get this, yeah. Inside here is a little ball bearing. Okay, so if you can see down in there, which of course you can't, but that little ball bearing is inside there. Now what happens is when your chicken comes through and presses up on this part right here, it takes that ball bearing and it unseats it. See how it rises up? And that allows water to flow around it and come out the hole. When the chicken stops, it drops back into the hole and no more water comes out. So pretty simple design, and if you shop around, you can find pretty good deals on these. They do have a small rubber O-ring or washer that again you can't see, just to help keep it from leaking. Some people put Teflon tape on these, some do like a little Vaseline or something. I've never done anything, and I've never had an issue with it. So do what you want with that, but you can either get ripped off on these big time online, or you can get or you can find pretty good deals on them. So make sure you shop around before you get these. If I think of it, I'll put a link to where I buy them down below, and it is probably about a 20th of the price that you see a lot of places. So I'll try to include that down below. If I forget and you want it, leave me a comment so I remember, and I'll go ahead and put that in there. So pretty simple. The bottom of your bucket, you're going to drill however many holes you choose. I wouldn't do more than, say, 5 on a bucket this size. A lot of people will do 3. I typically do 4. So get your 11/32 drill bit, drill your holes, and then we're just going to screw these in. So look at those holes drilled. Okay, so once you've got your holes drilled, you just take your chicken nipple, put it into the hole, and just thread it in by hand. Now this is going to be a little tough at first as you are trying to create threads in the plastic of the bucket, but once you spin it a few times, you'll feel it start to bite, and then you just twist them in by hand. Leave the wrenches in the toolbox for this one. Okay, once you've got all 4 in, or however many you choose to do, it should look something like this. And basically you're done with the bucket part. That's going to hang just like this. Those will be on the bottom. Your chickens will come along and drink just like that. So let's show you what I do with the lid. Alright, and for the lid, in order to fill this every time it needs filled back up, it would be, if you've ever had to pull the lid off a 5-gallon bucket, you know how tough it is to pop these off every time. So to avoid that, we're going to leave this lid on all the time and just drill a hole in the top of it and just put, remember these old-fashioned tub stoppers. I'm just going to drill a hole the size of that part right there, and we're just going to plug that in there. That way whenever it needs filled, you just pop that out, jam the hose in, or take it over to wherever you're going to fill it up, put the stopper back in, and you don't have to worry about pulling the lid off every time. This is about $4 at Lowe's. You could use anything. I mean, anything that you could drill a hole the size of, that you could pop into there. Whatever you could use, as long as you could fit your hose in there or whatever you're going to use to fill it. Just something to keep you from pulling this lid off every time. And you don't want to leave it open. Keep the bugs out, stuff like that. But to do it, I'm just going to use 1 3/4 hole saw, drill a hole right in the middle, and then pop that guy right in. So, pretty simple. Drill a hole. It doesn't have to be in the middle. You can put it anywhere you want, obviously. And then your tub stopper is just going to go right in the center there. So that's going to keep the bugs out and still allow you to fill it easily whenever you need to. So basically the final product, you're going to have your lid on with your stopper in the top to plug the fill hole, and then in the bottom you'll have your 4 waters. So it's really a pretty simple project, really inexpensive. I think if you buy everything new, a lot of this stuff you may have already, and these, depending on how you buy them, I bought a lot of them so they'll last you a long time once you get those, but very inexpensive. You're only using 4 for this. I think the stopper was about $4, the bucket's about $3, so for $10 or less you could put this together. If you've got buckets, $7. If you don't use this stopper and you use just whatever else, which you really could use, I mean anything else, anything at all, you could take another $4 off that and then get yourself down to just a couple dollars for something like this that you can put together in literally 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, a couple dollars for water for your chickens that is BPA free if that's the way you choose to go. But either way, just a simple, easy do-it-yourself project around the homestead. Save you some money, and it actually works really good. Just use the normal handle and hang it up like you would anything else. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up below. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell me about some DIY projects that you've done around the homestead, because I love trying them. Share the video with your friends if you have friends that are into chickens and this might help them. And that's it. Subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.